And this is Killer Kyle, and welcome to Wheels of Fury. And once again, I guess we're gonna wing it.
Yeah.
I said last week we were gonna do December to Dismember 1995.
Right.
And it was, yeah, I couldn't find any footage of that. I found a lot of 2006.
Yeah.
Which was kind of shit, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. We did talk about doing a bonus video for that, but I thought about something else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't watch, obviously, ECW at that time, and, well, I was about 10 when that happened.
Right.
But you look at the wrestlers now that are on Impact and wherever else, and these were guys that were basically in their 20s and just young and more agile and, you know, shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, ECW was one of those shows where they did have tactical wrestling, like early on.
Yeah.
It was your run-of-the-mill wrestling program. And they had a lot of characters that were over the top and eccentric and out there. And yeah, they would do the odd violent match, but it was more about the wrestling.
Yeah.
Later on in ECW's years, when it went from Eastern Championship Wrestling to Extreme Championship Wrestling, it was a lot of the matches were, you know, involved tables, chairs.
Yeah. Extreme.
Glass, barbed wire, maybe the odd ladder, stuff like that, which everybody liked. And then when you got the really good tactical matches, like with Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero, or Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, or whatever,
Yeah.
the fans appreciated that as well. And by 97, I'll say, 96, 97-ish, ECW really was the talk of the wrestling business because it was so far different than WWE and even WCW, which essentially when TNA first came along, it was like that as well. And then, of course, when they adapted the six-sided ring, that took it to a whole new level.
Yes.
Of being different and standing out and being your own company and all this other stuff. Now, originally, TNA, I was in 2002 to 2004 or 5-ish, they had your basic four-sided ring. And then, I think it was around 2005, 2006-ish, they went to the six-sided ring, and it blew up and took off from there. And now, of course, we all know when Hogan and Bischoff came into power for TNA, they decided, oh, let's go back to the regular four-sided ring, which is okay. I don't really think people cared about it too much, only because, like, okay, yeah, with a six-sided ring, you have more room to work with and different angles and stuff like that. But the square circle, literally, is what people are accustomed to. The six-sided ring was so far out there and so different, that's what made TNA unique.
Yes.
And then, of course, some years, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago, roughly, or maybe a little more than that, Impact Wrestling now decided to go back to the six-sided ring. And they've been using the six-sided ring for the last little while.
TNA?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe I don't remember. Because I watch Impact too, and six-sided ring. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, yeah, this is going to be interesting because I think that not finding anything on YouTube or Daily Motion or anything like that, I finally saw results, actual results, above the matches that we're going to talk about.
Right.
So, what's really cool about this is that it, was the gateway to hardcore wrestling in WWF with the hardcore title. And you got these matches that, influenced ECW, like matches in Japan. In fact, I was watching Just Incredible on the Chris Van Vliet interview. And he was saying, because he was asked about the match with Moxley and Omega, and he said, yeah, I mean, it was cringy for a lot of reasons, but it was a good idea at the time, I guess.
I mean, for me, okay, yeah, you can call it cringy, but it was cringy for all the right reasons, not all the wrong reasons.
No. I mean, did they go too far? I don't think so.
No.
They tried to one-up the past, You don't see shit like that all the time. Who would have thought you would have seen a fucking barbed wire bed or whatever? And
essentially like a trampoline, a barbed wire.
Yes.
Or a fucking board covered in mousetrap.
No. I mean, it may have been stupid, but I think the mousetrap thing was an interesting idea.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If you watch matches in Japan, then you'll understand.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah. If you think they went too far and the lights out unsanctioned match with Moxley and Omega, go watch some stuff from Japan.
Yeah, we fucking talked about Terry Funk and Mick Foley in '95, by the way, in Japan, so...
Go watch, or think back to when they fucking crucified the Sandman.
Yeah, that was really controversial in those days, too.
Think back to that stuff and then tell me Omega and Moxley went too far.
Yeah. Alright, so... we start off with the Dudley Boyz at the time. We've got Bully Ray and Dances with Dudley.
Yeah.
Which was a Native American guy.
Yes.
And
you got Big Dick Dudley, Chubby Dudley, and Sign Guy Dudley.
Yeah. They took on
the Bad Crew 1 and 2 with Damian Kane and Lady Alexandra.
Yeah. This was an interesting match that didn't last very long, actually. And the Dudley Boyz won.
This was pre-Devon.
Yes.
This was around the time when they had the story of, like, Papa Dudley screwed everybody in the town, and they got so many offspring and all this other stuff. And I mean, it was creative and it was interesting,
the vignettes were fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But you look at where it came from with. Yeah, you can imagine. You take all these wrestlers here, and the only two wrestlers, well, the only three wrestlers actually, including Spike, that really made an impact in any wrestling organization and held many tag team titles were Devon and Bubba Ray.
Essentially, yeah.
So, I mean, that was kind of like interesting how they were used in WWF. And of course, you know, they broke up and then they got back together.
Yeah.
And then they broke up and then they got back together like a fucking sitcom.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was crazy because, I don't know, I mean, you look at their career in TNA and it was like,
Yeah.
yeah, they were used as Team 3D, but then, you know, you go and you have Aces and Eights with Bubba Ray, you know, turning on Hogan and that whole bullshit storyline.
Right.
And then, of course, you know, Devon joining in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was like, you know, they're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Bubba's in, well, Bully Ray, I guess, is, I don't know if he's still in Ring of Honor.
Oh, yeah, he's still there.
So,
You don't really see him all that much.
no.
But he's still with the company.
And then, of course, Devon's behind the scenes in WWE. So,
Yes.
I mean, it's really cool to see the evolution of that. And then, of course, you know, we lost Big Dick Dudley, and
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what. I think Sign Dudley might be dead too. I'm not sure. But this was a good match. I mean, I'm assuming this was a good match.
Yeah. The only thing I'm not too sure of is the Bad Crew. I'm not sure who
Yeah,
that
I'm
is.
not quite sure either.
But,
Yeah. Now we move on to Taz, the Bill Alfonso Diddy, versus El
Alberto
Alberto
Ricardo?
Yes. Alberto Ricardo, or something like that.
Alberto Ricardo.
See. Yeah, this was a pretty good short match too, I guess. With Taz locking on the Taz mission, or at the time it was the Rear Naked Choke or whatever.
No, it was the Taz mission.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's always been the Taz mission.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they changed it for some reason. The Human Suplex Machine.
Yes.
So, I mean, there you go. And I think Taz definitely, at his prime, was probably one of the best new wrestlers of that generation. Because there was a guy who was shorter than most wrestlers, but also
Yeah.
was like a pit bull, you know.
Oh, yeah.
As a small dog, but a lot. I don't know what's that fucking saying.
About the size of the dog and the size of the fighting the dog.
Yes, exactly. So, and then there's Taz's
Yeah.
thing too. Yeah, and it's really a shame that WWE kind of fucked him over.
In a way, yeah.
Because he had some good feuds with the King. He had some good feuds with Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
He had that match with the Acolytes at Six-Man Tag Team
Right.
with Right to Censor, I think.
Something like that.
So, I mean, after that, it was, okay, we're going to go on to commentary. I mean, he was still on commentary, but he did more wrestling. And then going on to commentary, and then going on to Impact and having a shitty... I just didn't like him at all on Impact.
Right.
So, he did appear on the WWE Network, but I'm not quite sure, like, if he's coming back or what's going on.
I know right now he has his own podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's called the Taz Show or something along those lines. And I think basically his main focus has been that.
Right.
So next we got a match with Hack Mayers and Bruiser Mastino.
Yeah.
Don't know a thing about either one of those.
Don't know too much about that either. But Hack won the match.
Yes.
See, that's the problem when you're trying to find the fucking video or whatever, and you try to do your research, but you can't because you can't find any fucking research.
And when you're trying to do your research and you can't find highlights, video.
Like, I have no idea who these two motherfuckers are, so.
Yeah, I don't know who they are either.
And if I've seen them, then okay.
Yeah, exactly. So next we go on to a tag team match with the Eliminators of Perry Saturn and John Kronus
Yes.
against the Pitbulls, Gary Wolf and Anthony Durante. Anthony
yeah,
something or
Anthony
other.
Durante, I would think.
And
So, yes, the Eliminators won this match, and
yes,
yeah, you know, the Pitbulls definitely were somewhat duplicated. In later WWE with Jamie Noble for like maybe 1 or 2 matches.
yeah,
I thought that was bullshit. Because they should have just left it alone. One of them had passed away. Now you have the Eliminators with Perry Saturn. Now, here's a guy that definitely was a joke after a while.
yeah,
All because of one angle.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's...
John Kronus.
I have no idea who John Kronus is. I've seen him.
Yeah.
I've seen him with Perry Saturn, so...
Right.
Again, I have to watch more matches with him, but...
Yeah, Perry Saturn and John Kronus as the Eliminators were a very, very good tag team. I believe after the team split up,
Yeah.
Saturn may have went to WCW.
Yeah,
for sure.
he would have been the WCW.
And then I think John Kronus stayed with ECW and had a solo run with
Yes.
ECW for a little bit. Then I can't remember when it was. He unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
But he was a hell of a wrestler, hell of a talent. It's kind of a shame that he didn't really get a whole lot throughout his career.
Right.
Like, I don't really know much about John Kronus' career before ECW, but
Yeah.
and you know the funny thing is, their finisher, the total elimination or the high-low, if you will, was a move that they used quite regularly in tag matches, and of course now it's being used by Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yep. Yeah, that's something else. And then, you know, Perry Saturn's not doing too well
Yeah.
with his health, but I think he's gotten a little bit better. I'm not quite sure about that, but...
Well, there was a while ago, through YouTube or Facebook, he put out a video where he was talking about being homeless and
Yeah.
being sick and needing money and needing help and all this other stuff, so
Right.
not exactly sure what the status is of Saturn nowadays, but
No.
now we go on to a match that's probably one of the most famous rivalries in
Yeah.
WCW with Raven
Mhm,
and Tommy Dreamer.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, these two really fucking had a great feud.
Oh yeah.
In WWE. And it was like... I mean, these two guys definitely were really good talkers in the ring. Especially Raven with the whole vignettes. And
Yeah.
Raven with the whole rich gimmick, but... Well, he was rich, but he pretended like like emo boy or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, these guys definitely have great matches.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even, you know, with the whole, you know, doing this bullshit, the whole thing.
Actually,
Actually,
Raven nevermore.
yeah. Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, really. Eh?
Raven had won this match.
Yes.
There's another one I was thinking about, but it was actually with Sandman.
Oh yeah.
Sandman's kid.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
no, Raven won this match.
The whole thing about this rivalry was throughout the, I'll say at least year, they were feuding with each other. Anytime they had a match with each other, Raven would always win. It seemed like no matter how many times they wrestled each other, Raven would always get the win.
Mm-hmm.
And Dreamer became so obsessed with wanting to get a victory over Raven that he just wanted to keep asking for matches and earning matches with Raven or whatever. And then I remember it all culminated in a steel cage match, and I'll never forget it. Raven's handcuffed to the cage, kind of in the crucifix position,
Yes.
and Dreamer just labeling him in the head with a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
did a lot of fucking risky things in ECW, and you had that. You had Sandman being crucified with the barbed wire thorns and pissing off Kurt Angle, but yeah, I mean, this was a time where, you know,
they did whatever they wanted and they didn't give a fuck.
Exactly, and around that time too was like the time where you had the whole, you know, gangster rap, you know, grunge, fucking, you know, Marilyn Manson, shock rock, you know, things that really pissed off your parents.
Yes.
You've got these guys in this establishment that, yeah, they really don't fucking care, man.
And especially when, like, probably during the show, and maybe after the show, they smoke weed and drink alcohol and have sex.
Oh, yeah.
All this other
The
shit.
fucking Sandman was a heroin addict at some point, too.
True.
That's just something I'm deadly against, or whatever, so.
Yeah, and, like, at this point in time with ECW, a lot of people were taking chair shots to the head, including Dreamer. Dreamer took many.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Might have another.
Well, that was with the Singapore King, not a chair, but still.
Yeah.
And concussions weren't as big of a concern then as they are now.
Right.
Now, concussions are a lot more known about and a lot more research is put into them and taking care of wrestlers who have a concussion and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot. I remember Dreamer taking many a chair shot to the skull.
Oh, fuck. Even Sandman, but Sandman was fucked up anyway, so he kept taking it and not selling. And it was like, holy shit, what do I have to do to, like, have him stay down?
Yeah. Well, I think the 4 or 5 beers he down before the match made him invincible in a way.
Yeah.
he was probably drunk and didn't give a shit.
No. Yeah.
Anyways, next we go on to a match with JT Smith and Tony Stetson.
Hell yeah.
Now, I believe it was Tony Stetson that was partners with Chris Candido as the Suicide Blondes.
Yes.
And then, of course, JT Smith, know a little bit about him.
Yeah.
He became a member of the FBI.
Yes.
He early on had wrestled. There was one match I remember him having. I don't remember who was against, but he like dove to the outside or something and just wiped out massively into the barricade, and it was quite the sight. Not pretty, to say the least. We had JT Smith got the win on this one.
Yep.
And it's like, after the Suicide Blondes, I guess, split, Tony Stetson probably had a solo career. And then I probably left after that. Who knows?
Yeah.
JT Smith wrestled with ECW for a little bit. And then, like I said, later on, I guess, joined the FBI and so on and so forth and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got this match. You've got the Sandman versus Mikey Whipwreck versus oh hell yeah, Stone Cold. Or actually, at the time, it's just Steve Austin.
Yeah. This was after stunning Steve Austin.
Yeah, Steve Austin went over to ECW, and that's how he became the fucking Texas redneck fucking the no bullshit guy that, and he even had the hair still, and
Yeah.
this is where the character essentially kind of came from in WWF, WWE that we know today, but I mean, yeah, he pulled no fucking punches.
Yeah.
And then,
For sure.
you know, Mikey Whipwreck was a little psychotic himself,
Yeah.
and then of course you got the aforementioned Sandman.
Right.
I can imagine this match was good, but I mean, I know that Austin and Sandman had quite the feud.
Oh yeah. They had quite the rivalry. Yeah, Mikey Whipwreck. He was a really good wrestler, but holy shit, could he take an ass whooping?
Yeah.
Dude, a lot of the matches Mikey had, Christ, he was a human punching bag and then some. Good lord.
Yeah, I got fucking Sandman won the match,
Right.
became the new ECW champion, probably with the White Russian.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so to see these guys, and you know, especially Steve Austin, you know, coming from, you know, Dallas and doing Dallas wrestling,
Yeah.
or Houston wrestling actually, and then going over to WCW, getting shit canned from Bischoff, going over to ECW, then going over to WWE as the ringmaster, only to realize it fucking sucked, and then they just called him Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then went from there. So this guy's had quite the career, and now doing podcast stuff.
Yeah.
So, and you know, me back in the day, 20 years ago, a fan of this guy. It was a pretty cool time to be a wrestling fan because, well, for me anyways,
Yeah.
because you got The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
I was in the minority.
Oh yeah. For sure. Then we got another tag team match. We'll go third tag team match of the night.
Does Teddy Long have this pay-per-view?
Yeah. We got on one side the Public Enemy of Flyby Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge against the heavenly bodies of Jimmy Del Rey and Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Oh, yeah. Heavenly Bodies wrestled in WWE for a while, too.
Yes.
In the early 90s with Jim Cornette.
Right.
So, to see these guys in ECW was pretty interesting.
Yeah, for
Obviously, Dr. Tom's a brother of Bruce.
sure. Right.
And, yeah, you know, the Public Enemy, definitely one of the best tag teams in ECW.
Yeah.
Almost like a modern day Heavy Machinery. Maybe not. That's not, yeah. The Bouncers.
Malonis, John Malonis, and Bear City Bruiser. I can kind of see
Yeah.
that.
Johnny Gunn just since passed away.
Yes.
There's Rock and Rock, and you know, the Heavenly Bodies. But I mean, this was I can imagine being a pretty good match too. They both had very unique styles. Again, I remember the Heavenly Bodies back in WWE in the early '90s. But yeah, Public Enemy won this match.
Right.
So
And the last match on the card was an Ultimate Jeopardy Steel Cage match. You got Tommy Dreamer, Public Enemy, and the Pitbulls against Raven, the Heavenly Bodies, the Eliminators, and Stevie Richards.
yes,
I'm not sure what the purpose of this match was, but pretty much everybody that was on the card in a match previously also competed in the steel cage match, except for Stevie Richards. He was probably the freshest dude in that match.
yeah,
Fuck. Dreamer and Raven were against each other. The Pitbulls wrestled the Eliminators. The Public Enemy wrestled friggin' Heavenly Bodies. 4 tag teams. And, like, 2 or 3 singles guys. You got Dreamer and Red Surge, Raven, and you got the Eliminators, Public Enemy, and the Heavenly Bodies. So, I mean, I'm sure it was probably a wild and chaotic match. 10-man tag, I guess. You got Dreamer, and you got the Public Enemy, which is 3. And you got the Pitbulls, 5.
Yeah.
And then Raven, Heavenly Bodies, the Eliminator. Yeah, a 10-man steel cage match.
Yeah.
The ultimate Jeopardy part of this match is kind of what is the intriguing part of the match, you could say. Whoever lost had to leave, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I have no idea. And I'm pretty sure this was a hell of a match, too.
Oh, it's...
Yeah, any match in a cage is fucking
yeah.
amazing. And I used to watch the Best of Ring of Honor, and holy shit, the matches they had in the steel cage reminded me so much of ECW. And I didn't watch that much ECW back then, but just to watch that reminded me, you know, of that a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was back in the, you know, right before you would see guys like Rhino or Rob Van Dam or Jerry. I had to do that, and you know, even Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah.
Because yeah, he was still in WWE at that point.
Yeah.
So
Shane Douglas was with ECW, and then I think he left. I think this is probably before he came back. And Triple Threat was formed.
yeah, yes, that's right. So yeah, this was pretty cool to do this with you, even though we didn't have the proper sources.
Yeah.
But it was either this or 2006, and fuck that. So
Right.
anyways, yeah, so we talked about doing a bonus video for Christmas Eve, and we'll talk more about it, but
Yeah.
this will be our last video nonetheless
Yes.
until New Year's. Yeah, 2019 has been a hell of a year, and fast, just crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's gonna be interesting, and yeah, this isn't the last one right now, so we will talk to you soon.